and welcome back to Vlogmas day 12. We're halfway through. I can't believe it. It's gone really quickly. It's me. She's a tired girl. So today is going to be more of a chatty one, back to normal. I'm on my lunch break currently, so I'm going to light a fire because it's really dull and grey and cold today, but it's December. And I'm actually going to finish writing my Christmas cards because they're just sitting there, get them posted. I've also just had a message to say that my garlands for the stairs are going to be arriving this afternoon, so I can put them up after work. And then what I thought I'd do is give you my top Christmas film recommendations, or my Christmas film bucket list for December, because I'm in tonight. Steve's got his Christmas works due tonight, so we're having a girls' night in, aren't we? And it's the new Knives Out premiere on Netflix, which, if you haven't watched Knives Out, I love it personally, but I'm into like murder mysteries and detective stuff, so I love it. I've been waiting for it with bated breath, and it comes out today on Netflix, so we're going to have a movie night. So I thought, even though it's not particularly a Christmassy movie, I thought while we're on the subject of films, I'll give you my top Christmas bucket list of films to watch. So if that all sounds good to you, let's get this fire lit.
You silly old thing. Come on. Come on, let's have it going. Bongo.
I've finished work. It's the weekend. Happy weekend. I've got my garlands, I'll show you them. What you got? What you got? What you got? Yes, these look quite nice quality. So I'll just go and get some twine. Got 2 of those, which I might not need now actually, all of that, but we'll see what it looks like. So I'll go and put my laptop away for the weekend. And go and get the twine, and then we'll try and make this area a little bit more Christmassy, because it does look a bit bare compared to the rest of the house. Nice. Let me come into a better light. That's not really a better light, is it? But you get the idea. I'll just do the top half. Worked! It's all on and it looks fab. I love it. As long as nobody comes down the stairs and uses the banister, should be fine. We bought Esme because she's got lab in her and she started to wolf the food down. You can hear all the noise in the background. We bought Esme one of these slow, she's tipped her bowl upside down. You are quite intelligent. We bought her one of these slow feeder bowls. But what she's done is tipped it up. Oh, it's empty anyway. Oh, good girl, well done. Well done, there's no more left. You've had it all. You've had it all. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, So rather than it lasting a millisecond, it now lasts about 2 to 3 minutes. So that's pretty good. I'll just show you this. The light's not very good. Every time I go to angle upward, the light goes, but you get the idea. And it does look very Christmassy now. The hallway with that coming up and then that. Yeah, much better. Really pleased with that. Okay, so that's that job ticked off for today. So the next portion of our vlog is the film section. And there's one thing you need if you're going to talk films, and that is popcorn. I've chosen the sweet and salty butter-kissed microwave popcorn. Right, what do? Remove the plastic wrapper. Place the folded bag in the centre of your microwave turntable, face down. 2 minutes. Wait, watch and listen. Stop when the popping slows to 2 to 3 seconds apart. Let's do this. Like a cinema in here. Right, it's going to be hot. Yes, obviously. Here it is. Let's get a bowl for it. Oh, look at that, perfectly popped corn. That's not that nice actually. Look at that. For me, there's nothing like Christmas and the time in between Christmas for watching films, for snuggling down. It's kind of what it's made for, especially that period in between Christmas and New Year. And if you're off, it's just the perfect excuse to hunker down and snuggle up on the sofa with snacks and leftover lovely Christmas food and just watch the same films that you watch every year. It's really familiar, it's really comforting. Doesn't matter if you miss a bit because you already know the story. And I just think films play a huge part of Christmas, or they have done it in my world. So I'll kick off with my number one go-to Christmas Eve film is Scrooged. Not Scrooge or Christmas Carol, but Scrooged, which is, I'm an 80s girl, I was born in the 80s, and Bill Murray, Rick Moranis, 80s tackiness. I don't know, there was a real like kind of an innocence to the 80s. There wasn't like, the cynicism wasn't there. I think everybody was not like it is today. Everybody sort of was fine with wearing odd socks and wearing dungarees and, I don't know, just being a bit wacky. And now it's done in an ironic way when people wear 80s stuff. But anyway, I'm getting off track. Scrooged, to me, is the ultimate Christmas Eve film. I watch it every single Christmas Eve, if I can, if I'm not away. And I cry my eyes out every single Christmas Eve at the end. Happy tears. It makes me want to be kind to my fellow humans. It's properly got that Christmas spirit for me. And so if you haven't watched it, I urge you to watch it. It is brilliant. Next, I cannot do this section without mentioning The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. I grew up with the Narnia books, as did Steve, and The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe just encapsulates everything about Christmas. We both, when we were young, watched a version of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which I've put up, and it is an animated one, and it was amazing. I love it. And you can only buy it, I think you can only buy it on video or DVD, which we haven't got anything to play it on, so I found it on YouTube. So we'll watch that one evening over Christmas and revisit our childhood. It's so comforting. I remember wanting to live in the Beaver's Dam cottage. It was so cosy, and whenever I watch it, it makes me want Turkish Delight. Another classic must see is Home Alone. I should think most people know Home Alone. When it came out, I think I'm the same age as Macaulay Culkin, and I was when it came out, or around the same age, so I could really relate to it. And I kind of fancied him as well, I think, when I was his age. Anyway, that's by the by. Yeah, but it is just a hilarious film. It is so funny. Me and Steve watched it a couple of years ago, and we hadn't watched it for ages, and we were in stitches. It's done so well. The soundtrack is by John Williams, who did like Star Wars, Harry Potter, etc, etc. So, and it's got that fabulous song Carol of the Bells in it, and oh, it's just, again, another one that makes me cry. They all make me cry. I don't know what I'm going on about. So if you want something uplifting, funny, great music, Home Alone. Then we're coming on to the little rom-com section. You can't have a Christmas film section without mentioning Love Actually. I remember watching this for the first time with my family. My dad had rented this massive house for Christmas for all of us, and we all sat round And it starts off, we all sat around, all ages, from like 90s down to zeros, and started to watch it. And it begins with the scene with the two soft porn stars chatting to each other, having a date, but it was very awkward because nobody wanted to make eye contact with anybody else. If you haven't seen it, don't let that put you off. It's done in a funny way. It isn't soft porn. It is done in a funny way. It was just particularly awkward when you're watching it with your parents and your grandparents and your little ones. But it was very amusing. And again, that is just a complete feel-good film, as all Richard Curtis films seem to be. So, and in that vein, don't think this is Richard Curtis, but The Holiday, I watched it the other day, and I watch it every year, and it just gives me all the feels. I love it. I love the fact, I love her cottage in the Cotswolds. I love the fact that she opens the door to Jude Law. Like, yeah, right. I love the fact that it's got Jack Black in it. I love everything about it. I love the end scene. I love his little girls. They're so sweet. It is just brilliant. Then we've got two classic films. We've got White Christmas, which I only watched last year, and everybody knows the song, and it is just, if you like musicals then and cheesiness and Christmas, then you'll love it. They're all heartwarming, aren't they? But it's so Christmassy. And I think I love an old film. They're just made different, and I think the actors were different then, and it just is more real, even though they're breaking into song every now and again. But there, you've got to love a musical, haven't you? Especially at Christmas. And then I've got It's a Wonderful Life, which is really old film. I watched that a few years ago, ended up in floods of tears as usual, but it's got a bit of a darker side to it, but it all comes good in the end. And for such an old film, I don't know, it surprised me, the subject of it. I just didn't expect it to be as a Christmas film, to be as complex as it is. And I know there are like magical bits to it and everything, but it's slightly different to the norm, which is why it's a classic, I guess. So then it comes to the period after Christmas, and you get the same old films, but these are my favourites. Bedknobs and Broomsticks. You cannot beat it. I don't think it's as well known as some of the other Disney films, but I have grown up with watching this every single Christmas, and I love it. Angela Lansbury, that's all you need to know. Musicals feature heavily at Christmas, always have done, always will. And my favourite ever musical is Singing in the Rain. Well, one of them. Then you've got Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which you can't have Christmas without Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And then I'm not sure if this is classed as a musical. No, is it? It is classed as a musical. The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz. I was in love with The Wizard of Oz when I was a girl, and it lives here. It lives here in me. And then finally, just a couple of normal films for the in-between Christmas time, and I don't know why it always seems to be on, is Mermaids with Cher and Bob Hoskins. It's always on at Christmas, and I love it. It's really quirky and odd, and it's just brilliant. And Groundhog Day. Steve and I watched this about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was the perfect evening. We got like some cheese and biscuits, lit the fire, had that on, had some mulled wine, and oh, it was just perfect. And that forever lives in my memory as like my ultimate in-between Christmas film, and it's Bill Murray again. So that is my Christmas film bucket list. If you haven't watched any of these and you're interested, please give them a go. I hope I've inspired you to watch or revisit some of these favourites of mine, at least. If you've got a Christmas film that you think is a must-see and I haven't mentioned it, please comment below, because I'm always up for adding another Christmas film to my list. And with that, I'm going to have my dinner and then I'm going to settle down for Knives Out. So thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate it every day. I'm just so grateful. And I'll see you tomorrow for Vlogmas day 13.